Nope, we missed one. Son of,
Nutcracker.
yeah, Nutcracker. Oh, you know what? I cut them the wrong way. See? That's why I'm not a good engineer. You're supposed to go that way. I cut them this way. Hey, everyone. So what we've noticed over the last couple of trips is these vans don't have a ton of storage. We all know that. They have the overhead storage. They've got a couple of drawers here in the back that we've been utilizing when we go on trips. And one other thing that's in this particular model, the 24A that has the rear bath, that's our closet. It's tiny. And quite frankly, if you were to just put a hanger in there, it doesn't, you have to turn them sideways. They don't fit lengthwise. We do have two drawers down here, but they're really not, as you can see, not that big. We can get a couple of days worth of clothes in there. So Kirsten has asked for me to put some shelves up inside here because we don't use this, and this space is pretty big. So what I'm gonna do today is remove the hanger rod that's in here and create space for some shelves. Now, I'm no handyman. I'm not great with wood. I'm a computer guy. I'm ones and zeros. This is creative, which isn't me. But I'm gonna do my best, and I'm gonna take you along, and I'm probably gonna over-engineer it, but it's just the way that I get things done. So let's get this started. So I threw a couple of sheets of paper down here, taped them together, did some measuring, wrote it down so that I could accommodate for this little like half-inch gap here and half-inch gap over here. I have the width okay. I just know that I need to add another inch. So I took some measurements, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer this to cardboard. I'll cut the cardboard out, come back in here, and see if the template actually works. Wish me luck. Okay, so here is my little piece of cardboard. Obviously, Rev 1, in case we need more than one. Now, as you can see, I'm short on this side, I'm short on that side. I think lengthwise, I'm gonna be okay. So I'm gonna take a little piece there. And oh, in Thor's Genius, the distance from this corner to here and this corner to here, you would think would be the same, but they're not. So this line is actually gonna have an angle to it. So I'm gonna put that there, put a little piece of tape on it, and do the same thing over here. Get my thumb out of the way. Okay, that's a little snug, but I'll note that. Okay, this should fit basically all the way up. So if I make 2 copies of this, I should be okay. So let's go cut this out on another piece of cardboard and see what happens. This should get me in the ballpark. Let's go try it. All right, let's see how well We did. Oh, we didn't do good at all. Oh, wait, maybe we did do good. Oh, we didn't do bad. We didn't do bad at all. Okay, I'm gonna have to thin that side out and take 1/4 inch off of this side. Okay. You didn't need to see me cutting more cardboard, but let's see how these new ones come out. There's one. That one works. So I can use that for both, but let's see if this one works. Oh, they're both good. They're both good. So I cheated. I did measure once already. I knew that one was good. All right, let's go transfer this to wood. Okay, so in preparation for this, again, I'm not a cabinet maker. I wasn't sure what to utilize. I got 1/2 inch plywood, I think is gonna be too thick, but totally rigid. And I got some MDF. Now the MDF is gonna be lighter inside, and I think I'm gonna put it in there. If I need to support it, I can put like a, I don't know, a small dowel or like 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch piece of wood underneath it to keep it steady. So I think I'm gonna start with this. If this doesn't work, then I'll move to that. But let's transfer that template onto here. All right, so here's my 2 templates, Rev 2, Rev 2. Both of these are good. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna transfer this to this MDF. I'm just gonna do the same thing that I did before. I have a straight edge on this side, a straight edge all the way down here. So the least amount of cuts that I have to do, the better we all are. And I would rather be, in this case, too small than too big. Okay, first things first, we need garage hat. This one's smelly and stinky. Next thing is we're gonna turn on our vacuum, so it's gonna get quite loud. Eye protection. Saw doesn't work without a battery. Now we're just going to follow these lines. before I cut that other one, let's make sure that this one actually fits in case we have to do any other trimming. Okay, a little bit of trimming right there. Okay, I see one spot that I can take a little bit off of. And it's that angled piece in the middle. Try this again. Perfect. That'll work. The little gap that's over there doesn't really matter because it's going to be in the back. Great. Let's cut that other one out. So now for the paint. Use whatever you want. I'm using Kilz Mold and Mildew Primer. It's for stuff that's going to go into a moisture-prone area. So that happens to be our wet bath. So I just figured this would probably be the best thing for it. So I'm just gonna shoot a light coat. I did make a mistake to where I got white, and I also bought white paint. So I'm not gonna be able to see my cover on the primer, but I guess it's not really gonna matter because it's all white anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and paint these up. So I'm just gonna lay down a couple of layers, but I'm gonna let them dry in between. So I'll come back when they're all painted, or primed, I should say. So I cut a couple extra pieces of wood that I forgot to earlier. Just in case these shelves bow, I can use this as a support for underneath it. And what I'll do is I'll probably attach these to the inner walls lengthwise. Oh, you know what? I cut them the wrong way. See? That's why I'm not a good engineer. You're supposed to go that way. I cut them this way. Okay. Good thing I have more wood. Let's see, so yeah, I probably want it to go about right there. Let's try this again. Okay, so here we are, day 2. I painted a bunch of items and set them out in the sun so that it could dry during the day yesterday. So I painted the shelves. I used, I don't know what it is, Rust-Oleum white gloss on both of these, totally nice and dry. I also painted these supports. These are gonna lay across this way to give us a little bit of more support. I painted all of these little angles also. I forgot to paint the screw heads. I don't know if you can see that, but the screw heads I forgot to paint, and it's driving me nuts. I was gonna stop all this and repaint them, and paint them, but it would be a waste of time. The other thing that I did was, again, over engineering. I made a jig for drilling the holes inside the van because I believe that the panels in there, in that closet, are a 1/2 inch thick. And I wanted to make this jig so that all my holes are in the same spot all the way throughout the whole thing. When I move to the opposite side of the closet, all I'm gonna do is flip this around. You can see that I wrote base, that's for the bottom. Wall with a little arrow, that's where what side the wall is on. If you flip it over, again, wall, there's a hole there, there's my hole there, so that all my holes are even. The other thing that I did was, these are 5/8 screws that are going in there. I measured, again, over engineering, I took my drill and I drilled through the piece of wood, and then I measured how much bite I would have off of that screw, and I placed the drill bit accordingly so I can go in there with my template and just pound these drills out, or pound these holes out, and hope that I don't poke through. Because if I poke through, we're gonna have to get shorter screws and a lot more stickers. So, wish me luck. We're going inside. All right, so I put tape up where the holes are gonna be going through. The first hole that I'm gonna drill is gonna be right here, and that's so that I can see on the other side if I've actually poked through. This feels pretty flimsy, so let's see what happens. Okay. I don't feel anything, but yeah, that I can tell you right now, that is pretty flimsy on the backside. I'm hoping there is, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a little structure back here that I'm hoping I'm drilling into. Oh well, it's either gonna work or it's not. That one felt pretty shallow. Now on this side, there's these little brackets. Normally I would have flipped this over to push the screws over, but since I've already got about 3/4 of an inch there, I'm just gonna put this right here. And drill, and then we're gonna look on the other side of this wall and see if we drilled through. And yes, I know this paper's up here, but it's got some crazy ass glue on it. So maybe we'll try to take that off later today, but it's not hurting anything. And quite honestly, who's gonna be looking in my closet? So a moment of truth. We did not poke through. So let's go to the next step. Okay, so I got all my little angle pieces that I need for these shelves. I've got the screws, my trusty screwdriver. Let's pull this tape off and hope we did this right. Because if we didn't, I'm gonna wind up paying somebody to do this. All right. Put them in there. Loosely for now. Then we'll bring the shelves in and we'll test fit them. Let's get a shelf and see what happens. Those look good. That one looks good. And that one looks good. Oh, we may not even need that center support. This. I guess if I was smart, I would have measured these screws. Come on, buddy. Come on. We're all friends here. We're all friends here. Let's try this. Okay, so we had a little issue where the camera overheated and turned itself off, and I never even noticed. But what I did was I tightened down these supports, dropped I had to actually remove these two in order to get the shelf in. Then I put, when I put these two back, I tightened all four of them up. I put the shelf in and it fits. It's sturdy. I don't think I'm gonna need those white supports that I had that were gonna go underneath here. I was gonna put one right across here and bolt it to this and to this, to give the center a little bit more support. But I mean, granted, these are just towels, but your clothes aren't going to weigh all that much to where, or at least our clothes aren't going to weigh that much to where it's going to actually start to bow this. And if it does, I have those supports and I can put them in. But they're in, it works. If it starts to make some noise or starts to shudder, what I'll do is I'll put some foam, like little felt pads, on these so that when the shelf rests on them, it doesn't squeak. But other than that, we are completely done. Just need to touch this up with a little bit of white paint, and I think we're good to go. So it only took me 2 days, which is pretty good for me because I'm totally out of my element doing this stuff. Again, I probably over-engineered everything by doing too much measuring, too much masking, but it's in, it's done, it's painted, and I think it's gonna work. We won't know until we drive around and everything falls apart. But there's no holes on the outside. I'm happy about that. Other than that, it was not that difficult. What do you think?
Yeah, good job.
Thanks, son.
I love it. I absolutely love it. We have a 10-day trip in July, so I'm definitely going to need more storage for my clothes, and maybe I'll give Rusty one of the shelves.
I just need 2 pair of underwear, 1 sock, maybe a sleeve of a shirt.
Probably more than that.
Anyway, I hope this helps you guys know that you don't have to be a carpenter in order to do this. It really wasn't that difficult. If I can do it, you can do it.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit the subscribe and like button, and we'll catch you next Thursday. See ya.